Hi, YouTube. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Monica.
And
we're the Cooks.
We just drove home from church, and before we go into the house, we decided that we wanted to do a YouTube video to kind of talk to you guys about something that's near and dear to our heart. We have, since we've been doing our YouTube videos, we've been trying to relay the message that 1 + 1 = 1. And so that's not a new concept. That's something that's from the Bible for those of you who don't read the Bible and who aren't Christians. But in Genesis 2:24, God talks about a man, woman coming together and becoming one flesh without getting too technical with it. And so that's something that we wanted to talk about, is that how you have two individual people that are from totally different backgrounds, totally different mind states, totally different upbringing, and those two people come together and try to form one perfect picture of God. And so, I don't know, what do you think of that?
Yes. And a lot of times when you come into a relationship, you come in with experiences and stuff that other people have put into you. And a lot of times that stuff isn't good. A lot of stuff is negative. So you have to, first of all, have God as your foundation. Both of you need to understand that you are individuals who God brings together. And I like to say you become a weapon, because God is going to use your marriage to destroy the things, generational curses, things that want to come against your family, against other married couples. You're going to be able to speak life into other people's marriages. But the first step in that is you guys becoming one. And a lot of times, like I said, my husband always says that when you come together with a woman, a lot of times she comes with a suitcase. And you guys have to open up that suitcase together, and you got to go through her being molested, her being abused, her being abandoned, all these different things that affect the woman that she is, and vice versa. You have a man that comes who's never been taught how to be a man or how to be a husband. And I'm telling you right now, God is faithful to show you how to be a man and how to be the woman that he's called you to be. You want to say something?
Yeah, she's absolutely right. Here's my way of trying to explain it, because I'm very simplistic in my mind, and over the time that you know me, you're going to learn that. But imagine this, okay? Imagine two popsicles. And so I love those. I think they're called the Rockets, where it's like red, white, and blue. And then there's a chocolate and yellow and chocolate. I love those ice creams. But imagine taking two of those ice creams, and both of them are still frozen solid. And then you take them and you point them at each other, and you start trying to push them together. What's going to end up happening is that they'll break and they'll crumble and they'll fall to pieces. There's no way that you can mesh them together. And that's what ends up happening when people go into relationships, and they go into a relationship, they try to rush it, and they try to force something together that wasn't necessarily meant to be able to force it together. But if you take time and you slowly start to work those two things together, and you invite God to be a part of it, God is that ray of sunlight. Okay, so imagine those two popsicles trying to come together on their own. If you just try to make them come together on their own, they're going to break to pieces. But if you take those two popsicles and you slowly start to bring them together on a hot, beautiful, sunny day with God, the sun, shining down on them, what ends up happening is that they slowly start to melt together. And worst case scenario is, when it's all said and done, it'll be all melted together, and it'll be this soupy mess on the ground. But the coolest part about it is you have two individual things, a red, white, and blue popsicle and a chocolate, I don't know if that's fudge popsicle, but once it meshes together and it's laying on the ground and it's all mixed together, you really can't tell what it is or what it was.
Can't separate it.
You can't separate it. It becomes one thing. And so two individual things coming together to be able to create one thing. And that one thing, when it's on the ground, you might look at it and say, wow, that's a mess. But guess what? It's your mess. It's your mess. And those two individual things coming together, when it's laying there on the ground and it's all come together, like my wife said, you can't separate it. It's one. And no matter what, if you take it and you put it back into a container and you take it and you melt it together, who knows what's going to come out of it, what color it's going to be. But it can never be separated, and it's one thing. And I still think it'll be delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Is that it?
I think that's it.
Okay.
So, if you don't get anything else, we want you to learn that one,
Be patient.
actually I was going to say 1 + 1 = 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, be patient.
You got to be patient.
You got to be patient.
The mushing together takes patience. Remember, 2 different individuals. God gives each of you 2 different fingerprints. Your fingerprints are not the same, but the beautiful part is that when you become one in God, to Him your fingerprints are the same.
Well,
In Him.
mm-hmm. I like that. And so, thank you guys for listening to us. Thank you for inviting us into your iPods and your iPads and your laptops or wherever you're viewing us at. Please make sure that you tell people about us, that you subscribe, that you comment, and let us know what you think. If you think that we're full of, then just let us know. But if you appreciate what we're saying and you think that it's not only going to minister and bless you, but you can use it to be able to minister and bless someone else, please, it's not copywritten. If you want to bless somebody and you want to use the analogies or the simplicity of what we say to be able to help somebody, that's what it's for. YouTube is for more than just looking at crazy people dance and people fall off of stairs and skateboards and stuff. It's used to be able to go out and reach the masses and be able to help a bunch of people. If you're here and you're looking at our channel, if you're looking at the cooks, it's because either you want help with your marriage or you want to be able to help other couples. And so that's what we're here for. We just want to be able to help. Like we said, we're not experts. We're just
Ordinary people.
we're best friends. Best friends. She's my buddy.
He's my best friend. And
Bye, YouTube. Oh,
1 + 1
= 1. Now, when I tried to do that, when I tried to do the 1 + 1 = 1, I was like, 1. What did you say?
Patience.
Patience. 1
+ 1
equals.
= 1.
Bye, YouTube.